Good evening from St. Augustine, Florida, and I'm the Legend Joe by my wonderful girlfriend Molly, and in this video here, we're going to show you around Potter's Wax Museum.
Harry Potter?
No, this is a very different Potter. This is Potter's Wax Museum, America's first wax museum, and I'm a sucker for a wax museum. So
you are.
I'm definitely excited to go check this one out. All right, let's go ahead and take a walk through the museum. Kind of neat. They have wax figures of some famous wax designers of all time, Josephine Tussaud and Louis Tussaud. Been to Josephine's museum in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and Louis is in that's the Ripley's brand of wax museum. So I've been to them in San Antonio or Niagara Falls. Got a bust of Charles de Gaulle. I don't know what he's famous for, but I do despise his airport in Paris. And then you got George Potter here, the founder of the museum. And the museum is it's pretty interesting. There's lots and lots of figures.
This one makes sense.
Yeah, having Henry Flagler. And then you walk in and you're greeted with this room. Kind of like great musicians. A lot of historical stuff. It's very historical heavy wax museum.
Yes.
And I mean, it runs the gamut too, as you got George Friedrich Handel, a German music composer, over here near Britney Spears. I will say the figures I think look pretty good.
I was thinking about Britney before her 2007. No,
yeah, that was it.
Was 2007?
It's definitely prime Britney.
Yeah.
But a lot of classical composers. What is this next room we're wandering into? This is inventors.
Oh.
Yes. So Albert Einstein, Wilbur Wright, Henry Ford. It's also kind of difficult too, because I have no idea what any of these gentlemen look like.
Yeah, and like Charles Darwin? No idea. I know what he did.
But like him, I guess it looks like him. I couldn't tell you. All right, and now the Old West. As you got classic figures from Buffalo Bill, Annie Oakley, Davy Crockett, Will Rogers.
Yeah, like Annie
Daniel
Oakley,
Boone.
No idea what she looks like.
No.
So, sure.
A random bartender who is not famous.
You can pose.
Yeah, you could shoot him. Kaboom. All right, and exactly, Molly, what would logically be next from the Old West?
Tiger Woods next to Harry Potter?
Tiger Woods next to Harry Potter. So here's Tiger and Voldemort and Harry.
Harry doesn't look right.
No.
But they did get Daniel Radcliffe's size correct, because he is kind of short.
He's taller than I am. Roughly the same height.
Oh.
Ouch. Got insulted here at the Wax Museum.
No, you're totally taller. I can
Might be a
tell.
smidgen taller.
His
And that
head goes
short
up
man.
to...
Voldemort looks pretty good, I think.
No, he looked really good.
I mean, obviously not the easiest character to do a wax figure of.
No.
As he doesn't have a nose. And there's Dobby. All right. We have Sylvester Stallone as Rambo. Next to his good pal, Maleficent.
Which she looks really good.
She does.
Angelina Jolie. They got her nose and her lips.
Yep.
Mouth correct.
Alrighty. So let's go back through the Hall of Inventors quickly this time, and then turn left. If you're looking at pricing on this exhibit costs about $12 to get into. There are coupons around for $3 off. So one of the cheaper wax museums we've been to, we got in for like $9 each. I got Louis Pasteur, Madame Curie, Florence Nightingale, and they all are staring at the space shuttle.
Originally, this was a
Yeah, they probably had astronauts at one point.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back this way. Trying to stay out of people's way here at the Wax Museum. More back in the Hall of Musicians. Now, I wonder if this doesn't work, because Molly has tried to push Britney Spears multiple times, and it has not played Britney Spears.
But it's one for the money.
Oh, it did play Elvis, though. Alrighty. We got more political figures over here. Jefferson Davis. And then back to music with more composers.
We also have Beethoven on the side.
Yes, Beethoven, who's doing a duet with Ray Charles.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. All right. Over here is an exhibit for the Civil War. I do like they do have the sound tube, so if you stand underneath it, you'll hear all about the wax figures. All right, let's see where we're going to go next. This is a hall of authors.
William Shakespeare.
Yes. Again, these are older people or more historical figures that you really don't quite know what they look like.
Hans Christian Andersen's very good. We went to this museum.
We did. It was a nice time.
Yeah.
All right. So all sorts of historical figures.
Also, you have Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer. Which I guess they can look whatever they want to.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, that's definitely not a JTT.
No, it is not. All right, you do have Papa Hemingway over here, which looks just like he does in all the pictures in Key West and stuff like that. This is kind of an odd exhibit here. It is World War II.
Yes.
And they're kind of doing like a UFC weigh-in face-off between the two different sides of the war.
One side has more people, so you can tell more.
Yeah, exactly. But yep, there's Mussolini, Hitler, Stalin, Hideo Tojo.
Churchill.
Yep. Another Charles de Gaulle. I didn't know what he did. I hated his airport. That's what I said in the intro while you were not there. Horrible airport. Now, this next section makes a lot of sense for being here in St. Augustine, as you do have
really
Native
cool,
Americans.
Sound.
Yes. Ponce de Leon, Pedro Menendez de Aviles.
You're definitely taller than he is.
Thanks. Trying to save yourself. Do you want to talk about how much shorter I am than James Oglethorpe?
I mean, he has a hat, so.
I have a hat.
Not a.
Sir Francis Drake. I do like when wax museums have things like this.
Like, guess who it is?
Yeah, guess who it is. Let's take one of them. Who's going to be that one there? Who is it? If you guessed Angelina Jolie, you're correct. All right, I think we got to go back over here real quick. As we move towards the Hall of Non-Moving Presidents.
Yeah.
It is pretty much like the exhibit at Walt Disney World, just without any of the fun movement.
It's a more current presidents versus older?
This is more, I guess on this side is more founding fathers type.
Yeah, you have George Washington, Benjamin Franklin.
Yep. And I would say that the presidents look pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, Kennedy looks dead on.
He does.
You kind of zoom in over there. I will say the quality of wax figures here is definitely better than I was expecting coming in.
I think Roosevelt looks really good too.
Yeah. Nixon kind of looks insane. Also weird they have George W. Bush, not George Bush.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we do have some more to go. I'll catch up to you in just a moment. The Middle Ages is next, with lots of historical figures here. Joan of Arc, Alfred the Great. I'd be happier if they did like the Monty Python version myself. They're in the same kind of regalia. All right, French royalty. That guy's got a look there.
He does have a look.
That'd be Louis the 16th, who stares all day at Michael Jordan for playing for his most famous team, Potter's Wax Museum.
Yes.
Not the Bulls, not the Toon Squad. He's playing for Potter's Wax Museum.
That makes sense.
It makes no sense. Alrighty. going over here, you do have Martin Luther King Jr., who we learned on a tour was he came to St. Augustine quite a bit.
Yeah. He did a march here.
Yeah. And he's hanging out next to Walt Disney, complete with Mickey Mouse. I think Walt looks pretty good.
Yeah, he does.
Very.
Got the mustache and everything. Right?
Yeah. Looking pretty good. All right, let's see. We're going back in time again. This must be like Renaissance era, folks. I have no idea who Thomas Gainsborough is. I do know Leonardo da Vinci.
Which looks like Dumbledore.
I'm jealous of Rembrandt's coat here. Look at, dude had style.
Yeah, that is.
And you're right, this dude definitely looks like Dumbledore.
Yeah, you could totally.
Dumbledore could totally wear that coat.
Oh yeah.
Like if they wanted to make him Dumbledore, they just move him next to Potter, Voldemort, and Tiger Woods.
Tiger.
Don't forget Tiger Woods. Anthony Van Dyke and Charles I? No idea. Michelangelo, unfortunately the sculptor and not the Ninja Turtle. Can't tell me you wouldn't be more excited if it was the Ninja Turtle.
Sure.
Alright, next up you got Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right before we head into the Chamber of Horrors.
It's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's very interesting how they did this. So Dr. Jekyll is over here. And then Mr. Hyde, who definitely has kind of crazy eyes there. And then let's head into the Chamber of Horrors. Normally my favorite part of most wax museums, I don't think it's quite the case here at Potter's.
It's interesting. The mummy and...
Yes, it's a weird mix of like famous movie villains and then just crazy things that have happened here in St. Augustine, like Andrew Ranson, who's, I believe, getting murdered here. Next to Frankenstein, who's in an electric chair for some reason. Next to the creature from the Black Lagoon. And probably the most upsetting thing in the Wax Museum here is Slim Jackson, who shown being hung after he brutal murdered his wife. This is cool, though. I do like... this is definitely not going to come out on the camera.
Nah.
But they do have Freddy Krueger next to the boiler room. That is pretty neat. Now let's exit the Chamber of Horrors. Ooh. And I guess you got something that's kind of horror adjacent here. I do like Herman Munster. It's pretty funny looking.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm going to turn around for what I believe is probably my favorite part of the Wax Museum. The Star Wars section. Featuring everyone's favorite Star Wars film. Mostly Episode 1. So you got young Anakin, Yoda, Jar Jar Binks.
Pod racing, young.
Yes,
Anakin.
yep. It is definitely Episode 1, Anakin.
Yes, it is.
It's now this is some pod racing, Anakin. You do have Vader.
Yeah.
And Watto.
But you do have C3.
C-3PO, R2-D2 are there. I like how the background half looks like Tatooine and half looks like the Death Star.
I can imagine this was originally 2 exhibits.
Yeah, I don't know what this was.
Yeah.
There you go. The bathrooms, which you said there was wax figures in the bathrooms?
Yep.
Which is strange.
There was heads.
There, okay. Interesting. That's different. Alrighty, I think we're getting towards the end of the exhibit here. You do have some ancient Roman men and women. And then we're back going very much back in time. So these are all from the Tudor dynasty. And they hang out all day with Captain Jack Sparrow himself. Which kind of makes sense to have him next to, British royalty.
Yeah.
That's what he would have thought.
And having a pirate in
Yep.
St. Augustine.
This is kind of interesting here. So this is the studio area. And you've got a whole bunch of just, like, wax figure heads. So I'm assuming these guys used to be like on full display somewhere, and then they got changed out for others. It's kind of interesting too to look at just the faces. I'm also sad because, I mean, if they had Nick Cage and John Travolta next to each other, there was probably a face-off exhibit to take his face
Yeah.
off. And young Michael. Something I do like, well, you got more heads and stuff up there. They do have an active wax studio here where they have people at all times working on new figures, which I think is really cool. This is not something you see in most wax museums.
No.
I believe they are working on, the lady told us when we came in, they're working on adding President Obama, which I'm guessing is that mold. And they are working on adding President Trump, which I'm assuming is that mold. So it's very cool to see, like, sort of peek behind the curtain. If you do come earlier in the day, you do get to see them working on the figures. Said it takes like 600 hours to make wax figures, which is...
It's like their right or left hand.
Yeah. You do have more Tudor Dynasty folks over here. I really like that they have that. That's really neat.
Very different.
And that'll do it. You exit with the two Seinfeld characters that are still on display, that their heads didn't get chopped off and put in the head area. I think for with the coupon for $9, I had a good time.
Yeah.
Especially when you compare to other wax museums that could be like $25 or $30.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching.